What's going on, guys? XYZ HD here, bringing you a Call of Duty video. So basically what we have here is we have, it's going to be Biolab, S&D, and this is basically a dubs match of this past Saturday, and honestly it didn't go the way that we expected. Generally when we look at ranks, or at least I do, is when I see a super high rank, and by high, like higher number, which means you're not as good, like on the MLG standards. So like when I say high, if somebody's 280k and then I'm a 37k, like the 280k is really bad. So the higher you are like that is really bad. So anyway, so we were playing these two kids yesterday, or Saturday, my bad, and they were both like 200 and like 220k, I think, or something like that. I don't know, but they were pretty high up there, so I was like, okay, this is gonna be a pretty slight match, no problem. So what I didn't record was I did not record first map, I believe, totally just space, and we ended up, like, as planned, straight destroyed them on hardpoint, or uplink, my bad. Detroit uplink is probably our best map, or not probably, it is our best map. I got a hit marker, I was pretty pissed. So we played Detroit uplink, and the score was like, we always max out every time, so it was like 20 to like 7 or something like that. Like it was a blowout, so we did good. And then we switched to the Riot Search and Destroy, and I personally think Riot is a good game mode for us, or like a good map, and my partner didn't think so, but I thought we do pretty well on it, and we were going back and forth pretty surprisingly with the S&D on Riot, and we were going 1-1, 2-2, 3-3, blah 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 blah. So we ended up actually losing that map 6-3. They actually took it went 3-3 us, or 3-3 tie, and then it went 3-4 them, 3-5 them, 3-6 them, just because we just fell apart. So then we were like, okay, we're not gonna lose to these kids. They're 200 and something K. It's gonna drop us a lot, and we're on a win streak. We want to keep it going right now. So we clutch up in this Biolab S&D, and I think we end up winning 6-4, 6-3, one of those two. So we pulled through on last map, which honestly, in my opinion, should never have gotten to last map, and it was pretty something. And I'm amazed that barrel hit me through that, but it was weird. So anyway, that's enough for that, like the definition of this video. And I almost could have gotten this two-piece. I'm surprised I didn't. Sorry about that. So basically the topic of this video is actually going to be like, so you want to play COD, or you want to be a competitive player. Now, just a disclaimer, before any of this starts, I am not a professional. I'm an amateur Call of Duty player. I'm not the best Call of Duty player out there. I'm not the worst. I've been doing this for about a year, so I generally know what I'm doing. There's still plenty of stuff to learn, and there's plenty of skills to be taught and stuff like that, but I'm basically just going to be sharing just a little bit. This might even become like a series or something, like tips and tricks that I have for Call of Duty. So right now it's like, instead of tips and tricks, it's just going to be like the fundamentals and the basics of what you need to play competitive Call of Duty. So, like, first off is, honestly, you have to have the right mindset. If you... Alright, so there's a couple of different types of people who are out there for the competitive Call of Duty scene. You have, like, the kids who want to go pro, which is me and my teammates. We all just want to go be pro players, want to be on TV, all this good stuff, make tons of money. It's our dream job. You want to get paid to play video games. How could you not? So that's one. The second thing is, there's kids who do it for fun, and those kids who do it for fun, sometimes it turns into a career, sometimes it doesn't. Like my old team that I was on, this kid was doing it for fun, one of the best players I've ever played with, but sadly he was doing it just for fun because he wanted to be a professional soccer player, so soccer took up most of his time. And so you kind of have to define yourself on, am I doing this just for fun? Like, I'm going to be playing this, maybe GBs like once a week. GBs is game battles for MLG, whatever. So I'm going to be doing this like once a week, or am I going to try and make a living out of this, make a career out of it, and do this thing as much as I can 24/7. I'm not, alright, not 24/7, but you get what I mean, like as much as I can, instead of instead of like just playing the game or whatever, I'm gonna be playing competitive. Instead of playing a bunch of other games, I'm gonna play a little bit of those games and play a bunch of competitive type things. So you want to get in the zone of competitive. So that's first, is like define who you are in the competitive scene. Second would be is, do you even enjoy? I guess, yeah, is like, do you enjoy playing the game? I mean, technically, I guess that would be, honestly, that'd probably be the first thing, is do you enjoy playing Call of Duty? Like right now, Advanced Warfare. I find the game, it's alright. I'm not a huge fan of the futuristic things. This is crazy on how I died, but I'm not a huge fan of the futuristic things. It's just not something that suits me. I'm not a huge fan of this game. I'm like 50-50. Same thing with Black Ops 2. I was not a huge fan of Black Ops 2. Call of Duty Ghosts, Modern Warfare series, I loved them all. And so you gotta know, if you love this game, then playing competitive just becomes that much easier. If you don't like playing this game, then what's the point of trying to go competitive in it if you're gonna be playing a game 24/7 that you hate? Honestly, if this was, I don't know, like there's some people who, like a lot of people actually hated Ghosts. I loved it. I love that game so much. Like I just wish it was more consistent with the what's it called, like the connections and stuff like that. But you know, can't have a perfect game. So I guess step one, step two, that okay. Now it's basically like you've gotten to the point to where it's like, okay, I am this person or I am this person. I want to play. So okay. First off, a rule: you don't team with friends, because if you team with friends, if they leave, if you leave, if they get kicked, if you get kicked, like if you get dropped off a team or anything, somebody's going to get upset and somebody's going to get hurt. So, like my first team that I played on, it was me and 3 friends. I dropped 2 of them, and honestly, I haven't talked to those kids since then. It's not because of me, it's because they didn't want to, they were extremely pissed off with me that they didn't want to talk anymore, or like for the time being, and then we just never got back in contact. So, I'm pretty sure like if I called them up now, they'd be like, yo, what up? But that's my point, is you don't team with friends, unless you truly both have the exact same mindset. I mean, honestly, even then, if you both are like, I want to be a pro, you still don't team with them, because at some point, one of you's going to get dropped, or one of you's going to leave. Like, you guys are going to split up at some point. So you're not going to stay together forever. It just doesn't happen like that. So, next thing is that you team with people that suit you. I am personally an objective player. The way Advanced Warfare works for me is, I feel that the ASM one and the bow, like I feel like I could treat the ASM one like a bow. This kid crazy kills me. Look at that. Oh my god, homie just what? So yeah, that freaks me out. But anyway, I treat the ASM one almost like an AR, because you can literally shoot long distances with that. Same thing with the Vector. The Vector from Call of Duty Ghosts was the gun that everybody hated. You could snipe people with that gun. Like, it was that bad. So you had so the ASM one and the bow, like those are generally like, the bow is usually like a keep your distance type thing. ASM one is pretty up close. Those are probably the 2 most guns used in competitive. But anyway, so I have what was I gonna say? So you need to decide like your role. I am an OBJ player, which means I get bomb, I capture flags, I sit in the hill, I do all the things that get your team points on the board. Now, you don't do it by yourself, of course. You have, generally, like on my team that I have now, it's a OBJ, which is me. We have, I'm amazed I didn't hit that, but we have a Slayer. We have 2 Slayers. And then we have, like, okay, so those 2 Slayers are basically like the kids who will drop kills. We generally have the ASM one, like an SMG support, and a AR support. And those 2, like, those are your 2 Slayers. I don't know if they're called supports or not, but just they're generally like they're your Slayers, period. And what they do is, so I'm an OBJ, I'm gonna sit inside the hill at hardpoint. Those 2 guys are gonna run around and drop kills. So like, if you guys know Optic at all, you're, like Optic, Scumpy, and Crim6, those are your Slayers. Crim6 usually is a bow, Scumpy's usually an ASM one. They complete each other type thing. And then generally you have like a support person who uses either one of those guns, and they kind of sit back, and they'll, like on hard points, they'll kind of sit in their spawn or like watch flanks and stuff like that, just to make sure nobody tries to get through behind. CTF, they kind of just stay back towards their flag. That they're not gonna drop big numbers. Now, that's cool. Like, now, so those are basically like the roles. But like, okay, if you want to be a Slayer, you can't just say, "Hey, I'm a Slayer." You have to prove that you are a Slayer. You have to show up and drop these big numbers of like 30, 40, 50 kills. Now, I'm not saying you can only slay, but I'm saying that is your title. So like, if somebody's looking to pick up a Slayer, that's where you apply. I'm an OBJ. I can slay at certain points to where I can drop the 30s and the 40s and even the occasional 50s. But if somebody's looking for a Slayer, I'm not going to say, "Hey, I'm your dude," because I'm an OBJ player. I'm more comfortable watching bomb, planting bomb, getting the flag, stuff like that. I'm not any, like, most gunfights, I'd say like 25% of my gunfights I will not win. A Slayer, I would say like 90% of his gunfights he will win. So, we're actually coming towards the end of the video. Holy crap. So, basically we have type of player you are, do you like the game, your roles, don't team with friends, and this next round's going to go quick, I know it does. So honestly, that's probably going to go and do it. I'll probably do a part 2 to this or something. So this is basically so you want to play competitive or whatever. That's probably going to be the title of this video, but that's going to go and do it for me, guys. I'm Waze. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitter at XWazeHD. Follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/XWazeHD. Check out my grip company, yeticorp.ml. Grip starting at $2. But that's going to go and do it for me, guys. I'm Waze. I'll see you guys later.
Squad, that was textbook.